Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another quick chat. Today on the quick chat, we are talking about Miss Ashley Darby, okay? Ashley Darby of Real Housewives of Potomac, because it seems like she is shutting down these claims that she is a colorist, okay? There have been a lot of talk regarding colorism when it comes to Real Housewives of Potomac. You have a lot of people that feel like, girl, this show is colorist, colorism, everything all up and through there. Whereas you have other people that's like, I can't say that I necessarily see that, all right, over on this show. Well, I guess enough people have been tip tapping over there on Ashley's door enough for her to come out and address said claims. Now, some part of me is a bit surprised because I feel like a lot of these ladies of housewives outside of Candace, when it comes to Potomac, outside of Candace, maybe Wendy, a lot of them don't really address stuff that the fans are saying. Primarily, Miss Candace does that. So, and Wendy may go back and forth. She may talk about another, castmate, as well as Miss Karen. It's very rare that we see them interact with what the viewers are saying about them. So, for Ashley to step off her pedestal, girl, and come down and have to address some things are very interesting. Okay, it's very interesting because now I'm wondering, Giselle, Robin, are y'all going to say anything? I also noticed that Giselle hasn't been on Twitter in a long time. Miss Robin hasn't been on Twitter in a long time. And Ashley really isn't on Twitter, but they are on Instagram. And I kind of wonder why that is. Is that because they know the castmates they have an issue with are primarily going to tweet everything, so they just don't go on there? Or is it because of a lot of the things that the viewers have to say about them, they won't hop over to Twitter? I don't know. And it's just really interesting for them to not be on Twitter like that, but to be so concerned and worried about what the folks saying over there on the Twitter. But I don't know. I just kind of feel a way about that. But then y'all bring it up every time it's a reunion. Y'all want to talk about somebody's Twitter page and this and that. Like, I don't know, girl. Like, anyway, girl. Let's go ahead and move on, okay? Because I want to get into what Miss Ashley had to say. So let's go ahead and get into that.
So I really hate that I have to say anything about this and that I have to address this, but it seems to have just gotten like way out of control. First and foremost, I am not a colorist. I know everyone wants to deem me that. They want to make all these accusations about me because of my own skin tone, but I don't claim that because that's not me. I feel like people forget that I have had issues or disagreements with every single woman on the show for whatever reason, for whatever thing that we disagreed upon at some point in time, irrespective of the hue of her skin. So I always start at 100 with people until you give me a reason to take it down. All right. That is all that has transpired. And I still care about the women on this show. And I hope that everyone, including them, knows that nothing that I will ever feel about you is because of your color of your skin.
All right, so y'all just heard what Miss Ashley said, okay? She talked about the castmate. Listen, there's nothing that I would ever feel about you would have anything to do with the color of your skin, okay? Y'all know Ashley just, she Ashley, like, I don't even know if it's really colorism for me, as I told y'all previously, when it comes to Miss Ashley Darby specifically, because that's who we're speaking on. Let's just say this. Ashley has given damn near everybody on the show some work. Girl, like, everybody on the show has got Ashley, honestly, is a equal opportunity vindictive bitch. Okay, like, girl, she gives it out to everybody for real. I mean, why y'all think Robin had to come up to the job to put her hand in her face? Because she was putting out somebody's financial records. Okay, now I cannot really recall if she's crossed Giselle. That is one I do not recall. I definitely recall her going at Ray. I'm sorry, Karen, regarding Ray. She's doing it to Candace. She's constantly come after Candace. And somebody said something in a tweet, and we're going to get to the tweets, and I thought it was really interesting. And the person kind of said, and I don't even know if I included this one or not, but I definitely saw a tweet. And the person said something like, you make up with the green-eyed bandits, right? But your issue with the dark-skinned girl, Candace, lasts forever. And I said, wow, I'm with you when you're right, girl. That's a good little point there that you're making. I have to say that is a good point. That's a good point, girl. You made up with Robert and Giselle and even Karen. but you're still having issues with Candace. Now, yeah, you tried to make up with her, tried, girl, but then you also had a hidden agenda behind there because you ended up throwing some other shit in her face. And it's really giving that you're poking at her, right? You tried to come at her about the text message, then you turn around and bring something up in front of Giselle, and then you turn around and try to say that, oh, this man is over there texting other women as well, and it doesn't feel good, does it? Okay, you're so inching so bad to get this type of karma back on Candace. Like, girl, you don't get to decide when karma hits, unfortunately, right? But I want to hear you all's thoughts about Miss Candace being deemed a colorist. Like, would you say that she is, or would you say, nah, I don't think she colorist, because she gives that workout to everybody, and a lot of you may say, girl, just because she get that workout to everybody, girl, they don't mean that she not. You feel what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get into some of the things that the people had to say about Miss Ashley. Okay, so let me go ahead and try to pull that up for you guys real quickly. Okay, so this one says, isn't Ashley Darby isn't colorist the same way racists aren't racist? Interesting. They said your beef with your skin twins and your beef with the dark skinned women go on forever. Okay, now this is the tweet that I was actually referencing because I was like, ooh, that's a good point. Because she definitely ended whatever beef and issues that she had with Giselle, yet here we are. You feel what I'm saying? Here we are, okay? But let's go ahead and keep going. What's the next one that we have here? The next one says, why aren't y'all calling Giselle colorist when she brought security with Monique? Y'all wanted her fired, and Miss Wendy was Team Green Eyes at the time. Where was Wendy's education on their implicit bias to claim Monique was a ghetto thug? Where was the concern and think pieces then? Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. I just think it's interesting because it's people picking and choosing when they want to bring up the topic of the big C. What's going on? Wow, let's keep going. Okay, someone says Giselle and Robin are the colorists. Never thought that with Ashley. Colorism is the biggest issue on this show. That's making me not want to watch Real Housewives of Potomac anymore. There's colorism within the group and from viewers. Listen, again, I am with you when I feel that you are indeed right. Okay. Now she goes on to say, let's see how Mia gets treated after her behavior next week. Girl, and that's what I want to see. And I've already told y'all how I feel about that. Okay. All right, because girl, if you do not hoop and holler the way that you hooped and hollered when Candace threw that knife or whatever over there at Mia, nope, nope. I don't want to hear nothing. When Candace threw that knife over there at Ashley, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear, well, that was a drink. That wasn't a knife. Girl, it was a butter knife. Girl, y'all over here acting like it was a butcher. Girl, it was every bit of a butter. Okay, but it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Well, okay, if you don't want to talk about the wine or the martini being thrown, girl, let's go ahead and get it to the bag. Okay, girl, that's giving assault. All right. So I want y'all to. I want outrage. I want outrage. If I don't get outrage, y'all colorist. Okay. If I don't get the outrage, it's because y'all are the ones that are colorist, okay? And because it fits whatever narrative that you want, because you don't like Giselle and them, then you know what I'm saying? Then you want to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about it now because you don't like Giselle and them and how Giselle and them acting on the show or whatever the case is, girl. But at the end of the day, we've been know she's a fool, okay? If you don't go up and go crazy when it comes to Mia, you a colorist. Let's keep going on. Let's see what else we got. Someone says, if you are the only person who has had issues with everyone on the show, why aren't you being called out for having a reckless mouth and fighting with everyone? Now, this right here, she literally just told on herself. Listen, this post, I have to, girl, we're gonna get into this one again. Because this is where y'all got me. Okay. If you are the only person who has had issues with everyone on the show, why aren't you being called out for having a reckless mouth and fighting with everyone? And that there, for me, as I see that, okay, I may not see it in all ways with Potomac, but in that case, that definitely brings forth the colorism, girl. For real, for real. Because it's like, Y'all be over here constantly ridiculing Miss Candace at the reunion, talking about your disaster on Twitter. Oh, you've done this. Oh, you've done that. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Okay, y'all be having all this to say, girl. But Ashley done came in every single one of you on the show. All right, every single one of y'all on the show. All right. So why? And that's where the colorism comes from. Not so much as saying she's one, but it's y'all that's sitting on the show that's not calling a thing when it comes to her. But when it comes to Candace, her behavior is absurd. Giselle, remember what you said last season? Remember what you said last season when it came down to Candace and you sat up there and said, oh, well, if Mia would have did X, Y, and Z to Candace, I would have felt like it was warranted. Okay, I want you to keep them same words despite the fact that you don't like Wendy. I want you to hold on to the same words because remember, okay, what you said. Because when Mia decides she's gonna throw this drink on Wendy and hit this lady with her purse, if Wendy would have hauled off and slapped the dog and dragged the shit out of Mia, then she would have been warranted, right? According to your words. No, no, no. We going off according to your word, okay? According to your word is bond. All right. So I can't wait to see how you shift it, shake it, move it, rearrange it. And then the colorist police gonna be on your ass. Okay. Next, let's see if there's anything else we have here. I'm not sure if I don't think I got into this one yet. Okay. Did I get into this one? No, I have not. Perfect. Let's get into this one. This one says, honestly, colorism seems to be weaponized a lot with this franchise to absolve certain people of their behavior. Colorism wasn't an issue when the darker hue cast member had a kerfuffle and was labeled a bad mother or having security for her husband and not the sexual predator. Mm, 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 mm. Well, well, well. Okay, so these are just a few things from the fans. The fans definitely came out and they reacted to what Miss Ashley Darby had to say. Wanted you guys to get into that. I want you also to share your thoughts and comments down below. Now, if the comments that what people had to say to Miss Ashley was not enough, somebody then tapped over there into her Instagram and they had some things to say to Miss Ashley. So Ashley had to come out to the front and clear some things up yet again. Okay, so somebody goes to Ashley's page and she has a picture of her with her two sons. And the person says the messy colorist of the light skinned crew and her miniature colorist in her arms. Girl, not you don't call this lady babies the miniature colorist in her arms. I don't know how to label that considering the fact that are those babies? I mean, are they mixed or would they be considered white? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean they give more white than they are black. So then when they get older, people will try to label them as a racist more so than a colorist. But I don't know what them babies gonna grow up to be. So I don't even want to put that label out there. This is somebody's child. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody's children, girl. Not you to hop up in this lady messages and they're gonna sit up there talking about her little colorist in her hands. Like, are you okay? Okay, now it's one thing. See, that's what the fans be going too far sometimes. Like, y'all, it's okay. We watch the show. We don't like a lot of people, but y'all ain't got to be all up in their inbox with all of that energy, girl. You really don't. Especially, it's easier to do when you know people probably ain't gonna never see you in person, right? But scoot back just a little bit up off that lady and insulting her kids in that manner when you don't even know who they're gonna be when they grow up. Hell, Dylan may find the darkest woman he can because that's what he interested in. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, just ease back. So Ashley definitely had to respond to this lady, and she says, "I don't play when it comes to my children. So this is taking it too far. My interactions with others are solely based on the interpersonal relationship I have with them. You all really need to stop projecting this onto me. I don't accept it at all. Okay." So that's what Miss Ashley said. But I also think that Ashley should also take her own advice because whatever you had going on with Michael, you're now as on the show trying to project that off onto Miss Candace. So it's like, okay, definitely sweep around your own front door while you step out to check these other folks rightfully. So check them accordingly for real. But make sure you over there sweeping in front of that door and make sure you get a little bit of the back as Michael tries to tiptoe out. But that's all that I have for you guys on the quick chat. Go ahead and hop down in the comments and let me know you all's overall thoughts, honey. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.